Hey guys, NCS Fan 001 here, walking the road to my 475th Platinum Trophy. Today's game is Call of Cthulhu, however you wish to pronounce it, because I have heard it many different ways. You will have seen a spoiler warning at the start of this video, because this is at the very end of the game. So there's our final trophy for basically refusing the ritual at the end of the game. This is a relatively easy platinum trophy. It's not difficult. It does take a little more time than it probably should because you have to get all 4 different endings in the game. But thankfully there are some exploits that make it go just a little bit faster. Not even really exploits, just save backing up. So this platinum is relatively easy, but it's actually pretty rare. It's only around a 24-25% on PSN profiles at this time. It's not a bad game, but it has some weird quirks to it, and it makes some weird choices later on. Like, it sort of turns into a first-person shooter in some areas, which is really weird. Like in maybe Chapter 12, I believe it is. But otherwise, it's not a bad game. It's just not one that I found to be particularly interesting, at least to me. But other people who are interested in all the mythos around, like, Cthulhu and all that kind of stuff would probably be a little more interested in the game. If you're interested in it for the Platinum Trophies, then I highly suggest following the guide on PlayStationTrophies.org. There's a very good Platinum walkthrough there. There's also video guides from like Bad Driver and all the Shinies and some others out there that could probably help you as well. But I actually did just fine following only the text guide on PlayStation Trophies. So, level of expert in a skill you should get pretty early on. You want to max out the spot trophy, like the spot hidden ability as well as the investigation ability, and then focus your remaining points after that on strength. And if you manage to max out strength, the other skills don't actually matter. So you have to find 20 hidden items, which are ones that you can only find with that spot hidden ability, as well as inspect 50 total items, which should come naturally. You have to fail any skill test, which this one is best done at the start of the second area of the game, so Chapter 2, when you get to the giant whale on the beach. That's the easiest place to do it. Then you have to discover 7 blue bottles throughout the game. Some are found normally, some are only in the recreation scenes. Then you have a lot of trophies related to collectibles. You have to find a certain number of like each of these, journals, murals, occult items, etc. You have to complete the game without drinking, but it's really only the first 9 chapters, and there's only a handful of opportunities to even get a drink at all, and it's mostly at the very beginning, so it's really not difficult. Then you have to kill 5 inhabitants while being controlled. This is in Chapter 12 when, like I said, the game kind of turns into a first-person shooter. Then you have these Books of Unholy Knowledge. There's 3 of them. Those are actually pretty easy, as you can tell by the completion percentage. Then you have a bunch of story-related trophies. All of these are related to story I believe all of these are story-related. A few of them might be, like this one, are potentially missable, but most of these are pretty much story-related stuff, and as long as you're following the guide, you're not going to miss any of these. This one is you have to use a specific dagger. This is in like Chapter 7 or so, and use it on the painting that you activate. This one's a little bit annoying because the combat sections, or at least the stealth avoiding the shambler things, are a little bit more annoying than they probably should be. Then again, more story-related trophies for the most part, finding various items, complete the game, etc. This one is another one that can technically be missed, but you have to give liquor to some sailors in chapter... this is actually a very early trophy. This is from pretty early in the game. Then these are in like Chapter 11, I think. Chapter 10 or 11, it's a weird little puzzle section where you have to deal with the giant creature thing, and you have to save Drake's life, which basically just requires you to be fast at it. And then this one, you have to save a specific character toward the end of the game versus a different character. Another miscellaneous trophy that you can do in like Chapter 11. This one is early on in the game. This one's a lot earlier on in the game. It's another miscellaneous trophy because this game does have a whole lot of trophies. So this is a story-related trophy. You choose to kill or spare Bradley toward the end of the game. This is Chapter 12. This one, I don't remember what chapter that was. And then you have, this one is just another, collectible type of trophy. I mean, I don't really remember exactly where each of these trophies unlock, but they're pretty much all collectibles and story-related and miscellaneous story-related. But then at the very end of the game, you have to choose all the Relayan answers. I know that I completely butchered that. It's like the Cthulhu language, so you need to answer in that every chance you get during your first playthrough. Then you get to the 4 story-related trophies for the different endings, because there are 4 different endings in the game. You have to refuse to take part in the ritual, refuse the ritual, successfully carry out the counter-ritual, or invoke Cthulhu. And to get these different trophies, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be going to the end of the game, and at the very end of the game, you're going to get 3 different options. So you pick one option, then thankfully you just reload your most recent save, and you can do the other 2 options very quickly. As for this trophy, this one requires you to make different choices starting from Chapter 10, so it is highly recommended to back up your save at the very beginning of Chapter 10, so that once you get the other 3 ending trophies, you can just re-download your old save and complete just the last few chapters again to get this trophy, because it's the only ending related to that. So pretty easy platinum trophy overall, as long as you follow a guide. It takes around, I would say, 5 to 7 hours. Like I said, I followed the text guide. Some people might prefer other guides instead. So this is probably going to be the last, this is going to be the last platinum trophy I earn before the trophy system does its whole overhaul update. So level 78, 62%, 19,426 total trophies, 475 platinums, 2,756 golds, 5,183 silvers, 11,012 bronzes. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and see you for the next one.